Wee woo. It's that time again. You thought that we were done? Nope. Action Sagi is on the case. She found out that Fuuma's trying to have a day off, and he is missing his, I don't know, lessons, piano lessons, and that's illegal, I guess, maybe. We'll go with that. I could have also said he was a deputy. That probably would have made more sense. But he is under arrest regardless. But we know he's being hidden. And what Asagi doesn't know is that the case has already been taken care of. But she's not here to worry about that. She's role-playing right now. When she's role-playing, she doesn't have time to fight the logic police. She's the real police, and she must take over everything. So they contacted her and told her in the comms that actually, Asagi, we got it handled. You don't have to worry about it. Fuuma's gonna be punished. Don't worry. And she's like, before they even said anything, she hung up the phone as soon as she heard about what happened to Fuuma. She knew what she had to do. She had to take over, and that's what she's here to do. She's here to save the day the only way she knows how, by arresting fools. And it may be a misunderstanding, but it doesn't matter. When you're the law, nothing matters in the end, because you are need to be respected. You must respect her authority, and there is no denying that if you don't, you lose. So they try to explain to her on the phone that everybody involved here actually wasn't, you know, that dangerous, and the ones that were a little bit more dangerous were actually trying to catch him. So here's where the misunderstanding shows up. This is obviously Ren is trying to warn her. It's like, hey, what are you doing here, Asagi? You already have this handled. But she already knows about Asagi's roleplay. So she sees the cop uniform and she's like, oh no, oh no, Asagi's on her stuff again. She's on her must uphold the law stuff, and when she gets on her uphold the law thing, you can't get unhold it law. So she has to stop her by any means necessary. By stunning her is the plan. And that is what is happening. That is the result of this fight. Because once Asagi has a bone, she won't let it go, and she knows that. But she's doing her best to try to get through to her. But before she can get through to her, she has to paralyze her. That's what she's trying to do now. But since Asagi is the almighty copamine, she can't be stopped. Ren's like, no, Asagi, I'm trying to tell you. Asagi's like, oh yeah, another job well done. I did it. But Fuuma is nowhere to be seen. So what does that mean? It means she has to get back on the streets. She has to get back out there on the beat. That's cop lingo for the streets. See, she's a professional. She even knows how to talk into it. Despite the fact that she's clearly out of her element here. And the cop situation is not accurate here. She is their own lawmaker. And she's decided that the law is in Asagi's hands. There is no law except for her law. And her law is righteous, because why wouldn't it be? If she's doing it, then clearly she's the one who deserves to be the right one. Because we're all heroes in our own story. In Asagi's story, she's the hero always on her own. So that's why she must take to the streets to stop Fuuma herself. And they weren't ready for her. Even though it already happened a minute ago, they still weren't ready for her. They thought surely Ren would get a hold of her and she would understand the situation. Everything would be okay. Everything would work out. But Asagi did not really quite understand the situation and just goes full force again into the battle. So they have to go a little bit harder this time, work a little bit stronger, put a little bit more roleplay in on their own. Some people actually got into it, you know, they started getting too into it, really trying to take her down. Some of them even dressed as gangsters. That was some of the Taimanins dressing as gangsters, the male Taimanins to be specific. And here Ren is again trying to explain the situation. Of course, Asagi had to bring her friend with her. Momochi has the changed woman. And she kind of knows something is up, but when Asagi's the one that saves you, it's kind of hard to deny her. When she says to do something, you say, all right, let's do it. Ren is attempting again to do the stun attack. It didn't work. It never will. Silly Ren. Crime is for cops. Surely this time. Asagi has given up, right? Nope. He's still going. Everybody's trying to explain to Ren, like, maybe we shouldn't attack her. It only pushes the theory that this is all a crime lord attack even more. Ren's like, you shut your mouth and you get to work. She only has a few more soldiers left to get the point across. Will she get through to Asagi and put her off this beaten path? You may be wondering, why is Asagi holding an umbrella today instead of her nightstick? Well, this was last minute. She wasn't available. She wasn't at the precinct. You know, the precinct that has changed the locks multiple times. She always gets in. Even if it seems like she's going to be taken out of that precinct, she always finds her way in. She always finds keys. She's so good, she doesn't even really break in. Because it's her job. And she knows, even though they try to take her badge because she's such a good cop, that she can't be stopped. Crime doesn't rest, and neither can she. So, but she wasn't able to get in today. They were successful in changing the lock, so she couldn't get her stick. So she has the umbrella instead. Supposedly it was supposed to rain today, but that didn't end up happening. Clearly, because the rain is not here. And Ren is like, alright, Asagi, one more time, I'll try to tell you that everything is okay. I have this understanding. Actually, Fuuma's like right down the street. I'm just about to catch him. I just need you to calm down so we can get to business. You can work with me. And Asagi's like, you can't bribe me. I'm an officer of the law. So she comes in and just goes extra crazy. And she's like, no, you don't understand, Asagi. I want to work with you because we're both on the same side. Asagi's like, how dare you, you scum, turning on the Taimanin code, working for the enemy? How could you do that? And then she just starts beating her down and sending her bodyguard after her, and it's over. But it's okay. Because after this, Asagi finally calmed down when she had to tie her shoe because her shoe was untied. And she realized, as Ren was crawling on the ground trying to speak to her, what happened. And then they both caught Fuuma, and everybody had cake. The end. Until next time, Officer Sagi will be back on the case.